My people, a lot is really going on in the political zone. Another video I finally showcased the early hour of today. No one believes that Bola Tinubu can be removed as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But come and see what is going on. Tinubu is finally leaving the presidential office as they found this in his academic record. It was few hours ago that the US court ordered Chicago State University to release the academic record of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and they have finally released it few hours ago. If you see what they found in the academic record of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, this is what Tinubu have been hiding over the last 24 years. He did everything possible for these things not to be released, but it was finally released. To be that, I would like guys to share this video. Tinubu will be sentenced out of office, and it is obvious that Tinubu is already on his way to jail at the moment. Don't worry, I'm going to show you the video of everything and what they found in the certificate. To be that, I would like guys to share this video. If you can share it, ensure you share it to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share it, like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. The show have finally started. We'll be stay connected. Going back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should leave the fight for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now. It makes sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome me back to LAJUPOG TV. For those of you coming across this channel for the very first time, ensure you click the red subscription button appearing on your video screen, and don't forget, click the notification bell icon alongside so that whenever we drop a new video in few hours time, YouTube will easily let you to know. Something is trending on media at the moment, and this thing has been sparking up a lot of reactions because Bola Ahmed Tinubu is finally leaving office. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is finally being sentenced out of office. Nobody believes that Tinubu can be removed as the president of Nigeria, because when Tinubu wanted to enter that office, he was very full of himself. He see Peter Obi as nothing and he see ATIKU as nothing. He said these two cannot bring him down, that they can never remove him from office. But Tinubu is finally leaving office. I think that he's leaving the office to his house, it would have been better. But Tinubu is finally leaving office to jail. And according to report now, it's not going only. He's going with a lot of people in Nigeria. He's going with a lot of bodies. It was few hours ago that the US court ordered the release of the academic record of Bola Ahmed Tinubu by the Chicago State University. Chicago State University have been holding back this result and the academic record of Tinubu for enough time. But after the petition of ABUBAKAR, the US judge ordered the release of the academic record of Bola Ahmed Tinubu within 48 hours, which was released some hours ago. Which you see what they found in the academic record of the president of Nigeria. It is very disgracing and embarrassing to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Tinubu is finally leaving office because the academic record of Tinubu that they found was a female in Chicago State University. This has been sparking up a lot of reactions on media, and they have been breaking the internet. The academic record they found was the academic record of Tinubu, a woman. This woman died some years ago, and that is who Tinubu have been using her record, her academic record. That is who Tinubu have been claiming her academic record in Chicago State University. The woman is no more alive, because when Chicago State University were trying to address the personality of the academic record, they used the word Mrs. They didn't use Mr. That shows that the owner of the result is a female. Now, looking at the result very well, they wrote Bola A. Tinubu. The result is not Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It wasn't Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It was Bola Adekunle Tinubu. So it was when Tinubu noticed that he wants to use that academic record. That was why Tinubu added Ahmed to his name. Ahmed was never the name of Tinubu. He included it so that it will be so real, because that woman's name was Bola Adekunle Tinubu. You should look at the result very well. They wrote Bola A. Tinubu. That was Bola Adekunle Tinubu. But when Tinubu wanted to claim the academic record, he included Ahmed to his name to fit in for the A in the name. This thing was well scripted for the past 24 years. Tinubu did this thing very well. He used the same result to enroll as the governor of Lagos State back then in 1999. That was where he forged this result out, and he faked it for them in Lagos, but finally come to the presidential level now. He used it to enroll for the presidential position, and INEC accepted this result. And even when ATIKU and Obi wrote this result issue to the petition that is submitted in the tribunal, Nigeria tribunal neglected and they threw away this issue. They said Tinubu owns the certificate in Chicago, but you can see what is happening now. Everyone and even the tribunal judges, the 5 tribunal judges, have now found out that the result that Tinubu tender was fake. This is a big shame to Nigerian judiciary. You can see how US judiciary work. That is how judiciary works. It is not like Nigerian judiciary. And according to the result that Tinubu submitted to INEC to pull in for this presidential position in course of the election, Tinubu presented a result where he said he was studying accounting. He was claiming that he was an accountant, but mind you, this result that was released by Chicago State University, it was business administration that was certified in the result. It wasn't accounting. You can see that Tinubu have formulated a lot of lies in course of this whole issue. He tendered a fake result, and if you look at the result very well, the stamp on the real result is different from the stamp on the result that Tinubu submitted to INEC. And this thing have cost Tinubu a lot, and Tinubu is in serious trouble as far as this issue is concerned, because Tinubu sworn under oath when they were trying to stamp all the documents that he submitted for the application of the presidential position and all of that. Because once you are going for a presidential position like that, even Obi himself and ATIKU, they sworn under oath after submitting all the requirements, all the documents, all of that. You need to swear under oath, and Tinubu sworn under oath that all the documents is submitted to apply for the presidential position of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is sworn under oath that everything are correct. And mind you, once you sworn under oath, it is in the constitution that when the constitution find out that you lied, that shows that it attached perjury. It attached perjury, and that is 20 years imprisonment. So Tinubu have lied based on his result and all of that. That shows that Tinubu is due for jail at the moment. So we want Nigerian judiciary, we want the Nigerian judges to come out again, to come and misinterpret the constitution for us. Maybe we don't know what the constitution states again. So it attached perjury. We want the 5 judges in the tribunal to come out, to come and misinterpret the constitution for us as they did in the tribunal that day, just for them to favor Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We want them to come and do the same, because the result that Tinubu have been hiding for over 20 years is finally out, and the nyash of Tinubu is out. You know, when ATIKU was trying to dig out this result, Tinubu tried everything possible. He objected it 3 times. He tried to object it. He said the US court should not allow the Chicago State University to release this result. So he wrote objection petition 3 times. So the judge declined it. That is how judges work. They declined it immediately, and even the lawyers of Tinubu asked for extension of the date. They tried to collaborate with the lawyers of ATIKU and all of that, but the date wasn't extended. That is how judiciary works. It's not the Nigerian judiciary that some cabals are controlling. It's not Nigerian judiciary that Tinubu can bully it, that if they should remove him, that there will be anarchy and all of that. US is very different, and I love the US system. So now to show you guys a video, and I want you guys to pay attention to this video. You should see how Peter Obi and Rufai Oseni mocked Tinubu few hours before the result was released. It will shock the lives Obi that I like guys to stay connected at the end of this video. If you can share it, ensure you share it to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. Let people know what is happening in Nigeria. People within Nigeria, people outside Nigeria. Let this video get to the last person, and if you can share it, like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. We're stay connected. I'm coming back again.
And they said, based on chatter on Twitter, who did this to us as a nation? What have we become? I mean, see, if you can't tell the truth because of your tribal or religious affiliation, and you see a wrecking ball happen and you keep quiet, you are worse than the problem. I'm going to quote Professor Wole Soyinka, the man in you died that day. What has happened to us as a nation? For pertinent national issues that have lingered for a while, it's chatter on Twitter that make people change their mind. You took this decision without the NLC. You made a lot of other very nebulous decisions
without the NLC.
And when you speak the truth, they say, oh, it's emotional.
No, this is real.
See, you guys don't understand how dire things have become in Nigeria. We're a joke to the world. Nobody respects the giant of Africa any longer. Look at what ordinary Niger did to us. Look at what ordinary Niger did to us. And now we are seated here, we are saying, and this is the chief of staff to the president.
All right.
Chatter on Twitter.
Dr.
Please, I want the government to go and introspect and have dialogue with Labour this time around with the mindset of fixing the problem and stop making very nebulous pronouncements like we will fast track CNG. Huh?
To try to save the situation. But if you look in terms of the details, these are mostly promissory notes. I've made a point. There was even no agreement as to what the provisional 6 months wage increase will be for workers. They took a decision that it would be 25,000 naira. Then the chief of staff came later in the day that they drew the attention of the president to it, that look, it should not be for only average low grade workers. Then the president gave approval that okay, increase it to 35,000. We're running government on the basis of a word of mouth, because that thing that Gbajabiamila reported, it could qualify as hearsay. The president said, the president told me. It's not documented anywhere. The official document that is out there is a statement that is 25,000. Okay, maybe the Minister of Information then documented it by saying we agreed at 35,000, making it look like organized labor officials who went there, they begged for an extra 10,000.
There are two things that are confusing for me, Dr. Abati. So it's 35,000 naira for tertiary government workers and then 25,000 naira for everybody,
no,
or is it the 35 for everybody? That's the
it was
question.
the 25,000 that was increased to 35,000.
Okay, was it increased to 35,000?
But for 6 months. And the question is, where is that money going to come from? As for compressed natural government policy, as for CNG, which was one of the original demands of Labour, we have asked the question, where is that CNG coming from? If we are going to provide the CNG to run vehicles, okay, where is it going to come from? At a time we even have crisis of production with regard to CNG. How many vehicles are they going to provide? 100,000 vehicles for over 200 million people? Would they give, how many vehicles can they even give us in this side of the city, on this side of the city? And then number 3, you say you will give 25,000 naira per month from September to October to 15 million households. The same 15 million households that we have been arguing about, that the National Social Register since the time of the Buhari administration has been a source of problem. They said they gave people 25,000 naira. We saw them once distributing money in public. Till today, do you know how many people collected money under this National Social Register? Is your name or my name?
They said everybody, I must collect my 25,000. I have for all workers. That's what he said. There's nothing like minimum. There's nothing like this. Federal government worker.
and then this is for people who are paid from the treasury. I guess they are referring to federal government workers.
Yes.
Now, how about states? How about private sector? So even trying to address the problem, they will cause more problems. Because people in the states will say, well, federal government has announced 35,000. And the state will say, no, it's not federal government. That's when they will remember that this is supposed to be a federal system and that there is a distinction. And then, of course, they say they are forming a subcommittee. Look, in Nigeria, once you hear they have set up this committee, they've set up that subcommittee, another subcommittee will review the findings of the subcommittee, that means government doesn't intend to treat the problem. That subcommittee and additional subcommittee, they can still keep sitting forever. However, one issue that Labour will still have to address will be the letter from the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi SAN, to the Council to Organized Labour, Femi Falana SAN, reminding both Council and his clients that there is a subsisting order from the National Industrial Court, an injunction forbidding organized labour from going on strike. Will organized labour defy that subsisting order? And if that happens, what will the office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice do?
All right.
Take Labour to court again? We'll wait to see.
We wait to see. We'll take another story. Social media was awash on Independence Day with reactions trailing the order by a United States District Court directing the Chicago State University to release the credentials of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to Nigeria's former Vice President ATIKU Abubakar no later than today, October 2nd. Justice Nancy Maldonado of the U.S. District Court dismissed Tinubu's objection to the September 20 decision of Magistrate Judge Jeffrey Gilbert, insisting that ATIKU had the right to have access to the records. She directed CSU to produce all relevant and non-privileged documents and also cautioned Tinubu that any request for a stay before the court will be denied. ATIKU had asked for the documents for use in the Nigerian courts to support his argument that Tinubu forged a diploma certificate he claimed to have obtained from CSU in 1979 and submitted to INEC for the 2023 presidential elections. Well, let's take some reactions, Ayo, before I come to you. This is from Bayo Ononuga, who wrote, Tinubu's personal lawyer, senior advocate of Nigeria, Babatunde Ogala, said whatever document ATIKU gets from the Chicago State University is no longer useful. The headless mob is, I can't say this word, excited over nothing. The document can no longer be used. It is of no value. We have passed that stage. Ogala broke down the request of ATIKU to CSU, some of which the school already gave to the presidential election petition court before 6th September judgment, in which it dismissed ATIKU and Peter Obi's petition. One is whether President Tinubu attended Chicago State University. The answer is yes. Second, what are his grades in school? The school had already provided that. I don't know if I missed that. I'm not sure if I saw the grades at this point. Yeah, but you know who was trending yesterday?
Who was trending?
The judge. Yeah. Was trending yesterday. But Aki Oshutokun wrote, Judge Nancy Maldonado confidently appeared on camera without hiding her face. Her judgments were clear, free from complications, insults, or ambiguities, and easily understandable to even children. This exemplifies how an unbiased judiciary operates, focusing solely on the case's merits. They neither threaten plaintiffs nor defend the accused, maintaining impartiality and diligence. I would like to take this last one before I come to you, Ayo. Well, in the meantime, a video showing the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, throwing an apparent jab at President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for trying to block access to his academic records at the Chicago State University surfaced online. Peter Obi was speaking to students of Princeton University about the importance of good leadership, where he boasted that his academic records can be verified. Let's take a look.
We have all the talents and everything all over the world. It's a question of the leadership has to show it. You have to start by saying, my name is Peter Obi. I'm from this town. I went to this primary school, this secondary school, this university. And people come. They're very important. You know, when Chika was saying my CV, he said Harvard. I said, no, Chika, I did a program in Harvard. I'm an alumnus of Oxford and Cambridge. It can go and be verified.
Verified.
I don't need to put injunction for you not to see it. Go and tell them in Nsukka whether they'll give you my transcript. These are things we must. And we must split and say, this is who we are. Because that's what makes us.
Well, I think this is the crux of the matter, really. It's just being confident of who you are. I think the whole debacle is the fact that Tinubu had gone ahead to, block that access to, ATIKU to obtaining his certificate. I think this is really the issue here.
I'm really excited, and I must say congratulations. I don't know, should we be congratulating ourselves that a court in the US has said that we can finally have access to the records of our president?
I don't know. I mean, the case.
Well, just a tongue-in-cheek, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party had said that he went to Oxford and Cambridge. We know some of his classmates who can say he was in
No, he said go and verify.
Yeah, and we even have classmates who can testify that was a bright student.
He's right here.
He's right here.
Dr. Bati, you were in school
Tinubu will say business school.
Fine, please. I said some of the Anyways, what I was just going to say is that finally we will uncover and put to rest this matter that has gone on for 3 decades.
Yes.
Did he to the university? Was the identity? What grades did he? And let's go on. And hopefully there's nothing to hide.
Yes.
So he should actually be excited that finally I'll rest. Let the people know what I really. I think that. So congratulations to the president as well.
Yes, Dr. Bati, congratulations.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can hear what Peter Obi said in that video that was played by a rice news presenter, Rufai and some other rice news presenter. They were making mockery of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They said he had been hiding his result issue for over 3 decades now, that at least since everything is being unveiled, everybody will have rest. They said they themselves, it will be quite a long time that they have been addressing this result issue and all of that. At least they've released it and everybody will have rest. But it will not end there. Obi released the video before the Chicago State University released the academic record of Tinubu. Obi was trying to address some schools, some pupils, or let me say some students in some schools. He said they should go to social university. They will find his records there. He said it's open for everybody to access. Unlike Tinubu own, he had been hiding this for a long time. And when ATIKU issued for it and the United States court said that the Chicago State University should release his record, Tinubu's lawyer came out and they wrote a press statement. They said if they should release the academic record of Tinubu, it will cause irreparable damage to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now the question out there is, which reputable damage is it going to cause Tinubu if they should release his academic record? Now they finally released it. I told you, I said the US court is not like Nigerian court. The US judiciary is not like Nigerian judiciary where Tinubu controls. Tinubu couldn't control them. He couldn't do anything to manipulate things there. Now the academic record is released, and it is noticed that the certificate that Tinubu released to enroll for the presidential position is quite different from the one that the Chicago State University released now. And mind you, let me tell you the news there. The former president of the Chicago State University, just like the former vice chancellor that was there during that 1979 and all of that when Tinubu claimed that I was in the school, the former president have finally sued Tinubu. He have finally sued Tinubu to court, because the question there now is, where did Tinubu see the certificate? Where did they see the certificate that he tendered to INEC? Where did they see the certificate that carries the stamping and the authentication of 1998? Where did Tinubu find it? The man said Tinubu need to answer that question in court, because according to the man, he said he wasn't the one that gave Tinubu that result. He wasn't the one that authenticated that kind of result to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because it is obvious that Tinubu did not attend the Chicago State University, and the only Tinubu that attended was a female. Maybe Tinubu that we have now, our president in Nigeria, maybe is a transgender or is having 2 gender, I don't know. But the Tinubu that the Chicago State recognized is Bola Adekunle Tinubu, and the woman have passed many years ago. The woman is no more alive. That was the academic record of the person that Tinubu was impersonating for over some years now, and now everything have been exposed to the general public. And I said something earlier on. I said when Tinubu was tendering the certificate, he sworn under oath, and as he sworn under oath, it is very obvious that Tinubu is going to jail, because swearing forcefully under oath attached perjury. That one is clean and clear in the Nigeria constitution, and nobody can misinterpret that as they misinterpreted the law for us in the tribunal, as they misinterpreted the 25% of Abuja for us, telling us that Abuja is just like other states in Nigeria and all of that. Now nobody can misinterpret that. Swearing under oath attached perjury, and Tinubu have done that. He used a result that does not exist. And mind you, it is not only Tinubu that is going. Tinubu and everybody that they work everything together, they did everything together. Those 2 men that came out to attest to the fact that they attended the same university with Tinubu the same year in Chicago State University, Adesanya and the other man, those 2 men are going to jail with him. All of them are going together, including INEC himself. They are all going together. So what do you guys think? Do you really think this is a big chance for Peter Obi or ATIKU? Drop a comment in the comment section on this video, as I'm going on there to get another for you. Ensure you follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV and at LAJUPOG Entertainment, and on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video. Bye.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body. Pastor where the line on top, be pastor for LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor where the bar, where politician where they do pass me self. Corrupt leader, all the while you waiting for church.